Good afternoon, my dear children. Very happy to see you all in front of your TV set. Today, once again, I am representing as an English teacher for the students of grade 4. So today, we are going for the topic related to English grammar. If you have remembered the lesson or the text that we have gone through in last class, that was related to our English language, where we focused on our daily routines. So today we will be focusing on one of the topic which is very commonly used by each and every one, and which is known to most of the students, those who have passed grade 3 and now whoever they are studying in grade 4. That is singular and plural. So now, without any delay, I just want to go for some of the questions. You just can speak it. If you are in front of TV set, remaining with your brothers, sisters, remaining with your father, mother, you can just answer to them whenever I give you the question. There will be 5 different questions to you. So, the first questions to you all is, how many teachers are there in your school? How many teachers are there in your school? Okay, if you have given the answers to your mother or father or brothers, sisters, then let me provide you the hints. How can we tell the answers correctly? It's not specific how many teachers are there. We are not known to each other, but we can simply say that there are 5 teachers in my school, or there are 6 teachers in my school. Remember the word which I have used to indicate 6 teachers. If there was one teacher only, then we could easily say there is one teacher in my school. But if there are more in number, then we can simply say there are 5 teachers in my school, there are 6 teachers in my school, there are 7 teachers in my school, or so on. So now the next questions to you all babies, that is, how many benches are there in your classroom? Please try to memorize your school days, and please try to rewind the number of benches that you had in your classroom when you were in your regular classes. There might be 12 benches. You can simply say there are 12 benches in my classroom. There are 13 benches in my classroom. There is a single bench in my classroom. Bench, benches. If you have to indicate one, then you can simply say there is one single bench in my classroom. Or if you have to denote more than one, then you can simply say there are 12 benches, there are 13 benches, there are 14 benches, or so on in my classroom. So now, the dear children, you can speak out the next answer of the questions. How many books do you have? There are altogether 5 books, 6 books, 7 books, 8 books, or anything else. But if you have single book in your bag, then you can say I have a book in my bag, or I have one book. The children, you have to remember the words while pronouncing. I have a book, I have 2 books, I have 3 books, I have 4 books, or more in number also you can say. In the similar way, another one more questions to be asked to all the children whoever are watching this session today. How many pencils do you have? Generally, we use a single pencil to write. If you have a pencil, then you can simply say I have one pencil. But children, in our home, we may have lots of pencils. So count the number of pencils and tell to your parents the answer of the same questions. How many pencils do you have? I have 2 pencils, I have 3 pencils, I have 4 pencils, I have 5 pencils. So in the similar way, the last questions for this exercise, for the first phase of our session is how many chairs are there in your classroom. Generally, in our classroom, our teacher uses a chair. But we do have desks and benches to sit and to keep our books and notebooks. So we can say we have one chair in our classroom. But if your classroom are conducted by 2 teachers, then you can also say that there are 2 chairs in my classroom. Chair and chairs. 1 chair, 2 chairs. So in the similar way, you can go for speaking exercises. How can we maintain the use of words to denote one and to express more than one? Now dear children, we are going to see some of the pictures. And according to the number of pictures, we will try to speak out the name. You have to speak loudly in front of your family members about the picture. If you are ready, you can draw the picture as well. That also will be a part of fun while learning. So dear children, now get ready for looking at the first picture. Here we have children. It's the picture of one of the fruits. Can you tell me how many it is? How many number? It's 1. So how we do write the single name of this fruit is just A-P-P-L-E, apple. We just write apple. But if I make the picture more in number, more than 1, if I have to write here, then how do you express? Let me see the first one. It's picture. The first one. The next one. So there are 2 fruits in number. The same fruits, number 2. So how do you denote those fruits? It's can be denoted by apples. It's just apple, but if we have more than 1, it can be denoted with this spelling. It's apples. You can speak out loudly. Here we have single in number, so it's apple. Here we have double in number, then we can say it apples. So dear children, in the same way, I just want to go for one more picture there. Here is the picture of hat. So it simply can be called one hat. So how do we denote it in the spelling? It's H-A-T, hat. Simply we can write the original spelling of hat, that is single hat. Now if we go for the hat more in number, then how do we denote it? You just have to guess there. Here I have made one. Another picture of the similar hat I do make. This is number 2. Or another one more picture, if I make the picture of hat, then this is number 3. So here we have, in this set, we have many pictures of hat. This is single hat, but we have more in number, that is more than 1, where we could indicate it with the spelling H-A-T-S, hats. So now dear children, you can simply guess there. If we have single object or single picture or single thing, then we do write its original spelling. Here we have a single apple, so we do write apple. But here we have more than 1 apple, so we do write here apples. Here we don't have yes, but here we do have yes. Similarly, in the second phase of our picture, we can go to the spelling of hat. Do you get any additional alphabets here? No. Here we have single hat that can simply be denoted by hats. Do we have S there? No. But if we go to the next set of pictures related to the similar one from number B, here we have 3 different hats. So, you can simply go to the name with its original spelling and additional S is also given there. It's called hats. So, now dear children, let me clarify you. How do we get it? According to the topic, we are dealing with singular and plural. So, simply we can say that if you want to get the knowledge of singular, singular means one object or one in number. That is singular. Singular came from the word single. Single in number, one in number, that is called singular. Similarly, if we go to the next part, we do get the another word in the same topic, it's plural. If we get singular means one, then plural obviously gives the meaning more than one. If we have an object more than one in number, that is called plural. And now children, another one more information can be acquired from the same exercises which we have seen here on the board. It's apple is given there with its original spelling. But here we have additional yes with apple to make it plural. So now the children, what you have to see there is S can be used here in the words to create the plural form. Apple, apples. Now in the similar way, the next set you can go to the next picture. Hat is given there. This is called original spelling. But here we have got additional S. That means it's obvious when we get singular form, that is one in number, so we do not get additional S or ES in the word to get single form. But when we get the plural one, then plural obviously consists of S or ES in it to get the indication of more in number. Similarly, the children, I just want to show you some more example. These are the real object that I have brought for you. Here I have book on my hand. Do we get only a single book on my hand? No. If I had carried out this book only, then we could say I have a book on my hand. A book. That is the original spelling. A book on my hand. But if I get here 2 books. Please listen it carefully. While listening also we do get the differences there. How do we pronounce the words in singular and plural? If I had carried out 1 book, then book. If I have here 2 books. Here we have 2 books. Book, books. Additional S can be listened to with a sound. You also can realize that if we have got one single thing, then it's called singular. If I have more than one thing, then that's called plural. Singular can be used with its original spelling. Plural can be used with additional S and ES. Now children, we will have a look of some more rules. How can we change the words from singular form to its plural number? If you are ready, then let me go to the first rules. It's simply the word can be made or the name can be made into its plural by adding yes. Do you want to see the example, babies? If you want to see the example, we have here. It's apple. Adding S, we could get apples. Additional S. Similarly, the next example I want to show here is hat. Hat is singular in number. The repeated example here we have hats, it's plural in number. So, the first rule you can memorize it, or if you want to jot down in your notebook also, it can be easier for you. If you add s as the suffix in your word or in the name of the object, then you can say that it's plural in form. Okay, dear children, now we are going for the second rules. How can we make the singular subject into its plural or singular number into its plural form while indicating it with the spellings? So, dear children, if the word that ends with sh, x, ch, sh or z, or in those words we can add es to make them plural. The example you can see on the slide too, but some more example I just want to provide to you as well. For example, if we get the word church. Similarly, children, in the word church, the ending two alphabets are ch. So, the children, the rules number 2 for changing singular into its plural form is if the word ends with ch, sh, x, s or z, then we have to add es to make them plural. Es should be used at the end. So, dear children, how do we change it into plural then? It should be churches, churches. This is one church, the holy place where Christian people go to pray. This is the churches, many numbers of church, that is called churches. The next example I want to show you here, dear children, it's bush. See the children, here we have sh at the end. Rule number 2 says that if the word ends with sh, then to make them into plural, we have to add es. So, here children, the example can be bushes, bushes. If you are ready to learn the next rule, that is rule number 3. In rule number 3, if we get any words ending with y, if the words ending with y preceded by consonant, then we have to add ies to make it plural. So, dear children, I just want to give the example. You can see on the slide as well, but I just want to give some more example. It is here ability, ability. Ability is one of the naming word. It's abstract. Here you can see, children, the word that ends with y but preceded by consonant later. T is consonant, so y is at the end. So, how can we make it into plural? By adding ies. Instead of y, we write I, then es. So, children, the correct spelling of plural in number is abilities. T-I-E-S. You can see it simply here. Y is the ending of ability, and if we change into plural, then it became abilities. Is it fine, children? So, now one more example I want to give you here is energy. Energy is the most common word used in subject science. So, here also we can get the ending later is y and it has been preceded by z as the consonant letters. So, here if we have to change it into plural, then it becomes energies. E-N-E-R-G-I-E-S, energies. So now, dear children, if you are ready to go for one more rules to make the words into its plural form, we just go for one important rules. How can we change the word into plural? That is, if the words that ends with Y but has been preceded with vowel A, E, I, O, U, then we just write S to make them plural. For your easiness, I just want to give you some examples. If we get the word day, remember children, the correct pronunciation of this word is day. The spelling here we can get D-A-Y. Rule number 4 says that Y should be at the end, and if it has been preceded by the vowel letters, then we just write S to make them plural. So what could be the correct spelling of plural days? It's D-A-Y-S, days. Another one more example, babies, it's toy. We are very fascinated with toy. We do have lots of toys at home to play in our free time. So here, children, you can see the spelling of toy, T-O-Y. The ending letter is Y, but before that we do get the vowel letters, that is O. So according to the rules of number 4, we have toys should be made by adding S. Now, dear children, we are going to the 5th rules. This is not the final rules. There are some more in number, but in our further classes, we will be going for some more rules to make the words into plural. Now, we will just try to go for the 5th rules. The 5th rule says that if we have ending letter O preceded by the consonant letters. Now, dear children, consonant letter refers to those letters which are beyond vowel. If we have A, E, I, O, U as the vowel letters, then beside that other different letters whatever we use in English language, that is called consonant. So, the consonant letter, if it has been there along with the ending letters O, then we make it into plural by using ES. The example we have here, you can see in the slide 2. So, here we have potato. The spelling of potato you can see there, the ending letter O. Before that, we do get T as the consonant letter. So, when we change this potato into plural, then we obviously have to add ES to make into many in numbers. So, here you can see the spelling P-O-T-A-T-O-E-S, potatoes. So, dear children, in the same way, another one more example you can go tomato, tomatoes, T-O-E-S should be there. So, dear children, now to wrap up, one more activities, very simple activities I just want to provide you here, that is related to how to change singular into plural using those all the 5 rules what we have discussed today. The first one, word. You can be ready to write in your notebook. The first word is day. This is the single day. You can change it into plural. Remember the rules and try to change it. The next one is toy. Toy and day. They do get it changed into plural with the same rules. The next one you can go to apple. It also has different rules to be used into plural form. So, you can use the same. And another one more word, this is also can be done by each and every student. It's called potato. Just before in rule number 5, we have used the plural form of potato. it's called potatoes adding es. So dear children, in the similar way, you can practice some more exercises from your course book or from any of the books of English language, so that you will have better practices and you will be active in these exercises of singular and plural. So dear children, now this much for today, and hope to see you in next class with the new assignments, new activities. Thank you so much.